Hello and welcome to EnglishLearn. This is a new video in our series on the new Cambridge AS Level English 9093 exam, and today we'll be looking at question 2 of paper 1. Question 2 of paper 1 is called text analysis. Teachers will note that this part of the new exam is very familiar. That is because part A of paper 1 in the previous version of the exam looked almost identical and called for a very similar type of an answer. So let's take a look at an example of this type of question. As you can see, you will be given one text to read in this part of the exam. Before we delve more deeply into the sample text itself, let's look closely at the task and see what we can learn from there. The sample task says, read the following text, which is an excerpt of a speech made by Frederick Douglass, who fought for abolition of slavery in the USA. He was invited to speak on the occasion of the American Independence Day celebration. Analyze the text, focusing on form, structure, and language. You will notice that a lot of important information is hidden in the task itself. So in this video, we will be focusing on how you can use the information given in the task to provide the answer the examiners are looking for. From the task, we usually get the following information: what type or genre of the text you will be reading, what context the text was written in, what we need to focus on in our analysis, and finally, the number of points for this part of the exam. All this, as you will see, is vital information. Now, why is all this important? It's very important because the task itself includes vital clues that will help you answer the question properly. What are those clues? The information about the genre or type of text is extremely important because it helps you focus on the correct elements of language you need to analyze. Every genre has its own conventions or rules. The language of a letter, for example, is usually very different from the language of, say, a speech. The form and structure of any written text are also directly influenced by the genre. Examiners want to know that you know these rules and conventions. Focusing on the genre from the very beginning, from the very moment you read the task, helps you focus on the important information and helps you look for the most significant language devices in the text. Obviously, in an exam like this, when time is a major constraint, being able to select the most relevant information is of utmost importance. Context helps you establish important facts like purpose and audience of a text. Examiners want students to show awareness of the audience and purpose of the text throughout their text analysis, and you need to be able to demonstrate how the author uses different language devices to cater to his particular audience and achieve his purpose. Focusing on this important information before you even begin reading the text helps you make vital connections in your analysis between the particular language devices used and the overall purpose of the text and its effect on the audience. The final part of the task tells you exactly what you need to write about in your analysis. The text requires you to analyze language, form, and structure. In order to be able to do that, you need to demonstrate two separate but closely related skills: understanding the text and analyzing it. Understanding the text means you understand the content that the author wrote. You understand what he or she wanted to say or express. This is a small portion of the overall grade for this part of the exam. The command word in the text is analyze. That means that analyzing the text is the main skill we are looking for. On a deeper level, you need to demonstrate that you can effectively analyze the language, form, and structure of the text. This means that you do not only understand what the author wrote, but how and why he wrote it the way he did. Why did he use this word, not that? Why did he choose that particular structure? Why did he write in long sentences as opposed to shorter ones? Answering critical questions like these helps you establish the effect the author aimed his text to have on his readers. In this sense, it is important to focus both on particular language devices and the text as a whole. This helps you establish the vital link between form, structure, and language used in the text. Finally, the last piece of information that is given in the text is the number of points. Why is this relevant? The number of points helps you with the time management in your exam. This particular task, question 2 of paper 1, gives you a total of 25 points, which is half of the total number of points for paper 1. That means you should spend roughly half of the time in this exam session focusing on this question. In conclusion, we can see that there's a lot of useful information hidden in the task itself. The task helps us establish the genre of the text, which helps us focus and choose the most important language devices used. It also gives us information about the purpose and audience of the text, so we can link particular language devices we identify with the overall purpose of the entire text and the audience it was intended for. Finally, the task tells us to give equal attention to form, structure, and language, making sure to constantly relate the individual parts of the text to the whole. Ultimately, you also need to know the number of points so you can effectively manage the time in the exam. Hopefully, this was useful. If it was, please click the like button, and for other videos like this, click that subscribe button. See you next time. Bye!